Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ball Breakers. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Stitcher. The show is brought to you by Halo Creations. Follow at Halo Creations _ on Instagram. Visit the shop on Etsy where you can buy her game day tees as well as our first ever Ball Breakers podcast t-shirt. Use code BallBreakers10, all one word, BallBreakers10 on the Etsy shop to receive 10% off any item. As well, you can find the shop in the Ball Breakers bio. We are here recording on a Sunday, getting you guys ready for Monday, as we know we like to win Mondays. And we actually had a first cut of the show. I began with Doc, but I hated everything about it. I didn't like going to Doc first. So I'm going to go to Earl first because he looks like he's got a new hairdo. He's coming in fresh. The yellow thermal, you're looking good.
It's not yellow. It's clearly cream. Some might even say white.
It probably is white. It's 100%
so far
white.
from yellow.
Balboa's baby.
Yeah.
I don't even know what just happened. But anyway, I did want to tell our listeners this week, first of all, thank you. And second of all, we do have a sizable amount of listeners. We have a nice audience going right now. And I'm not going to lie, I don't really know who any of you are. So I do want people, if you are listening, and if you do like our posts on Instagram, anything like that, I want you guys to just send a DM into the Instagram. You know, say hi, say whatever you want to say to us. And I want to do something special for you guys. So if you're listening, go ahead, shoot us a DM, anything you want to say to us, whatever you want. Go ahead, let us hear it. And I have something planned for anyone that is listening. So, with that being said.
That's it? Anything exciting? Something
No,
planned?
I don't know. I mean, if you shoot us a DM, you're going to find out. You're going to find out. I don't even know if you guys know what I got planned.
I haven't had someone slide in my DMs in years.
Well, no one's going to be sliding into your DMs.
Absolutely not.
Well, I guess it is a collective DM if it's the four of us on the one Instagram, right? So I guess you could count that.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would have had people sliding your DMs in the last year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, while you're here,
Earl,
why don't you tell us what's going on with you?
Not much. Same old. I'm just happy to be here and stew. Get a little chat going with you guys, and it's my favorite part of the week. Sunday is a fantastic day now because we have our softball games in the morning, do our podcast later in the day. Sunday is just a great day. I love it.
You were looking good out there today.
It's feeling good.
10 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Running the bases, swinging the bat.
Yeah, I don't have to have a pinch runner anymore this year. Nobody's got to come in and run for me. So that's a nice start, getting back to normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
But Doc was looking good too, huh?
Yeah, a little 5 for 6 day, no big deal. But yeah, I'm feeling good.
That's it?
That's all you got?
Were you
All
focused
right.
today?
Well, I was a little annoyed that you started it off by saying, we started with Doc, and I didn't like the way it went, so now I'm starting with Earl. That just kind of hurt my feelings, and I just don't want to say anything because I'm mad at you.
You had one shot, you blew it.
No.
You going to take your headphones off and walk out?
No, I'm not immature or dramatic.
We're starting early here.
Or dramatic?
Were we? Did we have a Q&A plan today? I don't think we did.
Nah, we're taking a week off from the Q&A. We're just going to get right to the meat and potatoes here, whatever that may be.
Well, so before we get into whatever conversation we're going to get into, I was in Wawa for 34 seconds today. And it was interesting because what I did was I went in, I bought a box of K-Cups, and I tapped it with the credit card tapper, and it does it in like a tenth of a second, and I was out.
Wait, what? Like, explain the credit card tapper.
Like
I don't know what you're talking about.
the tap touch for so you have the swipe, the chip, and the tap, the one tap touch.
Do you have to have a special?
Every
card
debit
for
card
that?
has had it since like 2013. You
Had
just
what?
didn't know. You just literally every time you have a debit card and if they accept payment by tap pay, you literally just hold your debit card over the card reader, like close to it, and you just pay like that.
And I guess it probably has something to do with the chip on it?
Some sort
Reads
of
the chip?
technology.
Yeah, I don't know, something that's way above my pay grade.
Sometimes it's on the opposite side of the chip, actually.
So, but was there a cashier there, or like you're making it sound like it was an automatic thing, like you just walked in, bam, out?
There was the cashier, yes, but like so. Also, there's other like places where if you use the one tap touch, it takes like a little while. Like it'll say loading or authorizing.
Yeah.
Like at Wawa, it's like I grabbed this item. There was not a single person in the line. She said, "Hey, how are you?" I said, "Good." I tapped, touched, and then left. Said, "Have a good day." And it was like tap, beep. You're good. Have a good day.
Good.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever paid like that besides today? Rocco, Doc, Chris?
No.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
The first time I did it was a couple weeks ago. I went to buy like a pack of cigarettes or something. The guy was like, "Oh, the chip reader doesn't work, so you have to like do the tap." And I was like, "What is that?" This was probably like a month ago and some change. And he was like, "Yeah, you just hold your card like this." And I was like, "Holy shit, dude, you're a wizard."
That kind of freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie.
But he did tell me it's been available as long as, I mean, wherever you're checking out at, as long as they have the technology, your card has been able to do it ever since it's had a chip or whatever the case.
And now that you say it, and I'm picturing the pay thing at Wawa. There's a little like an oval on top of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
It reads it really fast, the one at Wawa. Faster than any other reader.
You know what freaks me out about that is I feel like that they're just stealing my card at that point. Is that
How's that different than swiping it and stealing it?
it is not different at all, I guess. But I don't know what it is. Like, to me, I'm feeling like I'm putting my card up to the thing and it's just stealing my fucking data.
Well, every time
That's a little absurd,
like
I guess. But
conspiracy by you. There.
not even a conspiracy.
you-
It's just I'm gonna do that next time I go to Wawa. I might go there after this just to see it. Now.
that is like, I can't believe you just said that.
Are you afraid to change?
Change? Am
What,
I
like-
afraid of change?
What, like
Just
nickels and quarters? No, I'm
What do
just
you mean
kidding.
afraid?
You know, there's a national shortage on coins.
What?
What's so funny about that?
Because I wasn't even like mentioning change of coins in
No,
general.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I know you were.
Nah, yeah.
You meant like change as in like something different.
Like me
Yeah.
changing an aspect of my life.
Yeah, like maybe people.
Wait, hold
like
on.
to swipe.
Before we get to that question, I think that we're downplaying the fact that Chris just said that they're stealing his information because he's using his card in a way that's not swiping it.
Well, I've never
the
done
chip.
it, so they
But when
They
you
can't.
like swipe it,
could be.
they
the
also
same, right?
get your information.
Yeah, what about when you just put your chip in? Isn't it the same
Like,
thing?
order
Probably
online?
even worse with the chip. Oh, online, forget about it. Online, they could steal that shit at any given moment
I've been through. Yeah, I've had to close my debit card quite a couple times,
because of
like twice.
like
actually.
hackers and shit.
Scammers are fun. I actually just got an email on my school email that was like from Amazon, and it said, "Hey Ryan, thank you for your $150 purchase. Your item's gonna be shipped
No
in
way.
2 to 3 days." I'm like, "What?"
I got that today too.
I was like, "I never ordered like," and of course, like an idiot, I clicked like the link, and it was from Rowan, like the school, sending me a fake email, and they're like, "Hey, you should not be clicking this." And I'm like, well,
Oh, they got you.
"Yeah,
It was a test.
yeah."
What the hell?
Wait, hold on.
And I was like, "Why is my university sending me this right now?" First
Wait a
of all?
minute. You're telling me right now that Rowan University did that as a
Yeah, as like a
they
test
sent
for
like
their...
a decoy fake scammer email.
Like they
Uh-huh.
rickrolled you.
Uh-huh.
What?
And it like ruined my day because I was like,
And then they were
why?
like, "You idiot! Why would you press this?
Yeah, basically.
This is us. Joke's on you. It's Rowan."
yeah, I was upset
See,
about that.
I hate Rowan. I hate everything about that place.
They're making the scam pretty real now. I got, not for my school, but when I said me too, I got a text message that led me to a link where they said your USPS package has been
Oh
delivered.
yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah, and
Can't
it's,
click them.
And it's a shame though, because nowadays you're so often ordering online that like you just
Mhm.
expect like a package sometimes.
No, definitely. But I'm pretty sure that happens all the time. The USPS thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, whatever you do, you're supposed to not click on it. Did you click on it?
I did.
And what happened?
No repercussions. It led me to like pop-ups, and then I just closed out of them, and I deleted the message, and then we just.
But now
we,
someone might have your location. They might know every
But-
text you send, anything you do on your phone.
That's the unfortunate thing, right? So how would you figure that out?
So, you know how people get freaked out about like someone saying all my information is out there or whatever that may be. You know, anything you do, right? Someone's watching. People say that shit. Now, the thing about that to me is, what is so interesting in the average person's everyday life that someone would be actively looking at what they do on their phone? That's what I want to know. Like, how deep do we think that actually runs?
I think it's more bank information, if anything.
So, like
Chris is saying like, what value does the FBI have?
or whoever it may be,
Yeah,
not
just
even
let's
necessarily
just
the
say,
FBI.
let's just say me. Like, what do you get out of me? Like a broke college student that has really know. Like, I don't know makes me important, right? That's basically what you're saying.
Right. And if someone
Like, why
is
should I
like,
care if someone does have my information? Or are they going to come kill me? Why would they kill me? I don't know.
But what does someone gain out of having that? Is I don't know. And that's kind of part of the reason why I don't like think too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that the main thing is for like targeted ads. I know that's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you talk about Pancheros, I promise you I'm gonna get a Pancheros ad next time I'm on Instagram or online or something.
Dude,
That happens to me.
So that does happen all the time to me as well. Like, I remember I was like sitting down last week talking to my mom about going to Target, and then like my Facebook was like filled with Target ads. So I Googled it and I'm like, why is this? And apparently Facebook, I mean, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt, but they were like, nah, we don't do that. But I'm like, you clearly do it. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not do it?
Did you know that there's like a setting on Google on your phone that like you have it turned on where so say I go on Google and I search up Pancheros. So they get your search history, like these I don't even know what kind of websites you call them, but
Like ad companies.
They're ad companies that literally it goes right to some database, whatever. And the next thing you know, a Pancheros ad comes up on your phone. It's because it goes to your Google search or whatever, and you can actually there's a setting in Google you can turn it off to where you won't get it anymore.
Google, I remember in comparison to Apple, this is why people use Google Maps over Apple. Like Google's data collection is well beyond any other platform, and which is why like Google Maps is better because they have way more data to like their maps and their satellites as opposed to like Apple Maps. Sometimes like the coordinates might be misdirected.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like it's usually like a back alley house or like a unknown neighborhood that's like kind of small where the trouble comes in to where Google will just ping it like right away. But it's not anything major. But yeah, I know Google takes a ton of data collection unless you turn it off.
Yeah, you know what's a really good watch about all this shit? It's called The Great Hack on Netflix. You guys ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
It is fantastic.
When was that released?
It was I watched it over the last summer, so probably like a year ago. But the premise of it, there was this girl that was working at a big time tech company, and she was a part of that whole thing where with Facebook and all that, how they were just giving them people's information, and then they showed like actual court viewings of the guy being like, no, we don't take any information from anybody. And she was like, this guy is just straight up lying through his teeth under oath. I don't know if there was any repercussions from that, but...
And what did that guy work as that was being questioned?
I think he was like the CEO of that company that was given the information or taking the information. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember being baffled by it. Because then it makes you think about when you're on your phone, like, that's what I was saying before. Like, is someone watching what I'm doing? But then I think, who the fuck would care what I'm doing on my phone? Chris Catrapa in Blackwood, New Jersey.
So I didn't watch that documentary, but I don't know if it has anything to do with like the whole Facebook and like Cambridge Analytica
That's
deal.
exactly what it is.
Is that what it was about?
Yeah.
So Rocco just asked before I wrongfully cut him off, like, are you guys afraid of change? But like that could be real.
I don't like that question.
So I wouldn't say like I'm afraid of like change, but like I'm afraid of like that sort of stuff. Like the
Is this going to be like
you
one of
gotta
those
collect yourself here.
high
for this
level
thought.
conversations to like somehow scoop it into a couple sentences?
Well, I need to. I guess if there's listeners and if you guys don't know much about the whole scam with Cambridge Analytica, basically the idea behind Cambridge Analytica was that they fixed the whatever election of year Donald Trump was elected.
In 2016, yeah.
So basically, Facebook was data mining your data and they were looking into everyone, and they basically said like, okay, like, we're going to make sure that white Republicans between this age and this age are going to be getting Donald Trump ads on their Facebook. And it was all funded through Cambridge Analytica, and it was just like a giant mess. So that is scary, though, that everything that you see on Facebook because of data mining and stuff like that or anywhere is just because like someone who cares what you are going to do
Right.
in regards to a vote. Like they could technically fix an election that way.
And they did.
Yeah.
But there is, I mean, this one might be a little pointless, but like there are some times where like I feel like, so it's not just with ads, but they'll do it for a benefit too. Like if I go to work a certain amount of days a week after like a month, if I leave at that same time for work on say a Thursday, it'll be like, all right, you're 5 minutes away from work or you're 10 minutes away from, well, it won't say
What
work, but
do
it'll
you
say the
mean?
address.
Like
So for
your phone
example,
does that?
Right now I'm working at the pizza place, and
Mhm.
every single Friday night I work at 3. I go in from 3 to 10. So at like 2:45, when I get in my car and the Bluetooth is connected to my phone, it'll say you're
shit.
15 minutes away.
Yeah,
like before I
Yeah,
even get
that,
there.
That happens to me too. I work out every morning at like 9, and every time I get in my car, just you're 15 minutes away from your gym or whatever the case.
Yeah.
So that makes it not so bad because there are benefits to it.
But that's where
course.
I realized to like stop caring, because if they can just do that so easily, like what's so much that you don't know that they're collecting that you can't even? It's like just whatever.
Especially without you consenting. To
Yeah.
That. Like there's never a thing that pops up and it says, "Hey, do you mind if we tell you that you're 15 minutes away from?" Or like they're offering you to, for the maps, right? Is that what it is?
It's for. I actually think it's for Apple Maps. They'll tell me. It'll like come off
Right.
the top and it'll say.
right. So I guess
yeah.
in Apple's eyes, they're like, "Yeah, we're giving this guy the
Heads
route
up.
to his
Doing you a
place."
solid.
Yeah.
We're doing you a solid.
But at the
there.
same time, if you're going there every Friday at 3, why the fuck would you need directions?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would need directions, and
It's just them being creepy.
I also think of this conversation where, all right, I'm going to try to shape this into the smallest way of explaining it possible. Was having this conversation at work, and say, a company who did it right. It's just like Wawa. I feel like they did like a really slow build. They know everything they're doing in and out. It's all slow renovations, like 5 to 10 years at like in front of each other. And it's like, is there a certain point where a company gets so big that like it's actually not possible to control it? You're actually just limiting how much you can control and like the error in it. Like say like a Walmart or something. Like how can one person who started like such a business like have so many and like oversee so much?
Oh, you mean? So you're talking about like, say for example, Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. You're saying like
Right.
the company's so big, how do you even manage a company that big?
Yeah, like isn't that just so much? Like, are you dedicating an entire life to that?
Excuse me.
Well, I
That's
mean,
why you have people like in charge of the like Wawa. It's not not internet, but there's only a few where in
yeah,
Jersey.
it's really not nationwide.
nationwide.
it's only
Yeah,
it's
the
West
tri-state
Coast.
area.
But that's
There's
what I'm
some in Florida, you know.
Yeah, they just opened in Florida.
But
I'm
Amazon-
saying that they're hiring like district managers and president of this Wawa, president of that Wawa, the people to run it, so the
But-
actual owner doesn't have to do all that, right? I mean, isn't that
and that's what I'm saying is like
Yes.
they're doing it very slowly, which seems like the way you'd grow a business. To where like Amazon, it's so big, either like you're losing control of what's being built because it grew so fast, or like maybe something like maybe a scam. Like
Well,
not
yeah,
that I ever
no.
say, but like when a company's that big, like how do you know what's actually
No,
coming in
I
and
think
out?
what you're saying is just the idea in itself. Like if you
fair
think about it,
point,
like
yeah.
Walmart is a shitty establishment.
Mhm.
It really
like
is.
itself, like when you walk in.
I mean,
and-
the workers are miserable. The people in there are miserable.
Mhm.
There's
Like,
a lot of bad news that comes out about Walmart.
and it just comes down to the fact it could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a business guy or anything. I don't know a lot about business or anything like that. But I would say, my phone just died.
Sorry, we'll
But hold on, I'll set it back up. Don't worry about it.
Is it on the camera?
Yeah, but it's okay. So the thing is, though, when you have a business that big, like there's just less, or there's more people in control. Just imagine if we started a podcast where 6 people had a say. I mean, we have a trouble with 4 people. You know what I mean? Like the more people that are in control, the easier it is for quality to be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, that's kind of a thing like McDonald's is. Like, how many McDonald's are there in the world? There's millions. Probably not millions, but that's an exaggeration.
No, there's millions.
Yeah.
Is there actually a million McDonald's stores or more?
Yeah.
There's one everywhere, basically. But what I was going to say
Wait,
is
hold on.
that-
A million buildings at McDonald's is a lot, though.
Look it up.
I'll Google it real
Fat
quick.
guy.
And I do want to hear your point.
Well, I was going to say that McDonald's, it's a it's a franchising thing. So you can each McDonald's in itself is owned by different people.
Mm-hmm.
So like the one up the street from us has their own management. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And they foresee that everything in that one McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird with Amazon because it's a huge business, but at the same time, you can go on Amazon and sell something on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can go on there and sell things on there. So it's really just people running it for them, I guess.
Can users sell on Amazon?
Yeah.
like a personal user? Isn't that what eBay's for? And like Amazon's
Well,
from the company itself or from the warehouse?
No, not everything you get on Amazon isn't from an Amazon warehouse.
I know, but
pretty
also
sure-
from a company as well. Like, say, this just came out of my head, but like golfing, like a Titleist set of golf balls, like you're getting it from the Titleist warehouse or something. Like, it's all like other companies
Right,
or
so-
Amazon. I don't
yeah,
think
like
it's
if
users.
if you buy a name brand thing on Amazon that
Mhm.
not Amazon brand, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So basically anything.
So
I don't know, to be honest.
while I
with
was
you.
just fixing the phone camera, one thing that you were saying is like you can franchise a McDonald's.
yes,
And that's where you lose the quality. So one company that you're actually not allowed to franchise is Chick-fil-A. You're not allowed to just go to Chick-fil-A headquarters and say, "Hey, I have $10 million. Let me buy a Chick-fil-A in Sicklerville or something." Like you can't.
That's for standards. Like
Oh,
they have a certain culture of how they do things. At
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
and that's why you always hear that their quality is unbeaten. So like I'm pretty sure to be an owner of a Chick-fil-A, you'd have had to work every position possible at Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
right. See that makes a ton of sense. That I feel like that's just very practical. That's why you see the managers at Chick-fil-A. They could go out, they'll work the cash register, they'll bring you your food. Like, they do it all.
Well, also, I don't think in any fast food establishment I've seen as many employees like work in a station like you see at Chick-fil-A. Like, I feel like
No,
that they don't.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Their business is what, Doc? You're not a fan?
Listen, I just sometimes I go into Chick-fil-A and I'm just like, these people have to be miserable.
No, not always. Some
They don't have to
businesses.
be.
Like they have to tell, like every single time they hand someone a meal, what do they say? What's their little?
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Like, come on, seriously?
They do seem robotic.
Yes, that's a great word. They seem like literally robotic.
Well,
I mean, I'm miserable. To me, I don't.
works.
I have no say to say they're miserable,
So-
but like that's a lot.
The only reason that it does make sense to me is because what I just said. So like to own a Chick-fil-A, to operate a Chick-fil-A, you'd have to work every position, whether you were cleaning or I don't know that this is true, but it's something to that regard that you'd have to work at a Chick-fil-A for X amount of years.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have knowledge on the way it works. So you work at Chick-fil-A, you start as a cashier, you work your way up to manager. If you want to ever own your Chick-fil-A, you be a manager at your store for however long, and the operators essentially send you to Chick-fil-A school once you have your bachelor's degree. And then you go to the Chick-fil-A headquarters in Georgia, and you just learn how to run your own Chick-fil-A. And then they say, all right, now you own a Chick-fil-A in Vancouver, and this is your store, and that's it.
Oh, so you can get sent anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know who gets the choice of the location in terms of the region, but they pick the specific spot for you. They basically
like,
set it up for you.
You don't really just pick like, hey, I'm gonna open my own. They're like, no, sorry, like we're gonna put you where we want you. Like that's their
Right.
culture. But like what Doc was saying, I feel like that's why there's a chance that maybe the employees aren't miserable because their bosses are understanding of what they're doing and why they're doing
Right.
it, and whatever the case.
Well, yeah, and like that could be part of the culture of them teaching them is like, dude, I don't know, like this could be like a very high level like psychological thing that Chick-fil-A people like the upstairs of Chick-fil-A do is to make sure their manager like just knows what's going on and knows how to run a place to where they actually keep an eye on it as opposed to someone for like McDonald's has the 1.2 million it takes to open up a McDonald's and just start it.
Yeah, like if Doc, if you had if you hit the lottery tomorrow and you want to open McDonald's, you go right ahead. They would be like, all right, thanks for your money, and you don't know anything really. I mean,
And
I
you'd
don't wanna
probably
speak
be-
for you, but
You'd
You
probably
don't-
be successful too.
yeah, but like you don't know anything about running a business. How
No.
would and they're just like, all right, we'll take your money and you go do
Yeah.
McDonald's wherever you want.
Yeah, no. Business is not my strong
Forte.
Forte.
So everyone give me a guess right now how many McDonald's they think there are in the world. This is as of 2020. So
Dude, a million's a lot. Can we just go over under a million?
no, just give me a guess. I'm not giving you any clue. Just give me a number.
No, I'm saying can we just say over under a million?
I think
It's under a million. A million is absurd
You
amount.
So why would
said
you
a
just tell
million.
us that
no,
then?
no, I was the one that said no. A million.
I'm
a
the
million
one that
is too
thought
many.
maybe
yeah,
there
I
might
thought
be.
so too.
I thought there might be a million.
No,
Well,
but then you
how
gotta
many
think about-
countries are in the world?
I mean, think
don't
about
know
how
the
many are
answer.
just in New Jersey.
206, I think.
206 countries.
I'm
I mean,
probably
there's
wrong.
probably not a McDonald's in every country.
I mean,
but
we're probably within 15 miles of at least 3 of them. There isn't one in that place in Vermont, though, that Chris was talking about.
See, that was a good fact, wasn't it?
It's useful now.
So there's 195 countries in the world.
Well, how many? Just tell us how many.
Okay, so there's 39,198 restaurants worldwide.
that just seems so like
Yeah,
slim.
that seems
no,
like-
but like
I
30
feel like there should be 39,000 in the USA. Like,
yeah, McDonald's is a the iron giant of fast
Yeah.
food. I think there's more Subways than McDonald's, though.
You guys are also expecting the entire country to be like as densely populated of a suburban area as Jersey is. Like you go to
14,146 in McDonald's in 2019.
like there could just be 10 McDonald's total in Montana.
Yeah. Now you're right. I just.
Oh my God, there is more Subways than McDonald's.
Subway's
Stop
a cheap
it
franchise
right now.
too.
There's 41,600 Subways in 2019, which was
What?
down from the previous year. That was 42,431.
Subway is going down.
That is just astonishing to me. I'm not gonna lie.
That is, I think I heard that on an episode of Dave on FX.
I wonder if it's just the $5 footlong. Like, is that? Do you think that people see that and they're like, I guess I gotta go try it at Subway. I gotta say, I gotta go.
I
Subway.
I don't know, man. I don't know why that is either.
That's absurd. There's more Subways than McDonald's.
Yeah,
That's-
by it seems like, what did you say, 39,000 McDonald's?
Yeah.
By it, 3,000.
And what, was that 2020 as well?
This is 2019. They don't have the newest.
Oh, it's probably getting close, but no, that is insane. Well, Subway, that McDonald's has been around for a while too.
McDonald's is. Remember when we had to watch that thing on McDonald's in like middle school, the Super Size Me?
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
No.
You don't remember that?
So it was this gentleman had to eat McDonald's
Every day.
for a month.
Every meal, every day. For
Yeah.
whatever
I
X
think it was
amount
a
of
month.
time.
I think it was 30 days, but he always had to supersize everything. So it would be,
That's
make
like
it a
triple
large.
extra large.
Oh wait, so it wasn't like make it a large. It was like
no, it was actually
supersize it.
extra large, I
Right.
guess. But so the documentary, the guy got really ill from eating. I mean, who would eat that much McDonald's? Like, what are you proving?
well, he
like,
got,
you
he
know
got his
that's
own
not healthy.
documentary though, so probably
But
made a couple.
the outcome
dollars.
of the documentary was McDonald's actually took the supersize option off their menu because it was like they were like, wow, we just got a lot of really bad PR from this, and this guy's like on the brink of death because he supersized every meal for 30 days.
It's funny that you bring that up because when I was serving at Denny's, I remember they had received new menus and they had the calories for each entree on the menu. And I've actually had so many people tell me like I can't get these nachos anymore because I didn't know they were 1,200 calories.
1,200.
Yeah, like
you know how
it-
many times I've eaten them?
A lot.
But yeah, no, that's that's the kind of PR that McDonald's probably got too with that guy.
So do you guys like McDonald's or is it?
Yeah. I never not like. I don't eat it all. I haven't had McDonald's in probably over a year, but I don't eat I don't know. I eat out a lot, but I don't eat fast food.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I haven't been eating.
Probably Chick-fil-A, if anything.
Yeah, that's
right?
that's the only kind of. I
Yeah.
guess if you consider like Chipotle fast food too, but
Is it?
I would say so.
yeah.
I mean, you don't have like a sit down dining experience.
It's pretty
right?
fast
So.
when you're
Yeah,
in
it
there.
is. I
You're-
mean, when I think of fast food, I think of like Burger King, McDonald's,
Drive-thru.
Wendy's.
Yeah,
Taco
when I
Bell,
think of like not
drive-thru.
fast
Yeah.
food, you think of like like a restaurant. You go
Yeah,
in,
you
there's
get
like
sit
a
down.
host and a waitress and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mhm.
I like Wendy's better than all of them.
Yeah, McDonald's spicy chicken sandwich, great.
Is it better than Wendy's? Because I like Wendy's.
No,
spicy
you might
chicken
not like
sandwich.
McDonald's chicken sandwich. They put like this like spicy mayonnaise maybe.
You like that?
It's great. I don't know if it's mayonnaise or not, but
It's
just,
gotta be.
but
the
it's
way
just
you just said
spicy.
it, it's gotta be.
It's
Some
just
guy came into work the other day and said their new chicken sandwich McDonald's is better than Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich.
I think it
Stop.
might take it, brother.
No way.
Chick-fil-A, I don't know. Chick-fil-A's been rubbing
Hold
me
on.
the wrong way.
It's possible. I'm telling you, these places get big. You make these chicken sandwiches for so long, and they start becoming the old chicken sandwiches, and then they're not as crispy. And then McDonald's releases a brand new one that's for sure fresh, and then bam.
And you get McDonald's fries. I mean, there's waffle fries at the waffle fries at Chick-fil-A just aren't my jam.
I don't
They're,
like them either.
No, McDonald's fries are
And-
solid.
And you always
Mhm.
have at least 4 of those like turtleback fries in
Where-
the waffle
That's
ones.
so
There's-
true.
oh, you're talking about the waffle ones.
Yeah, the ones where you get like the
Chick-fil-A.
end of the potato, like the turtleback.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
man.
turtleback.
I never heard that.
Never heard that. You
Right.
said it first.
Write this down. There's no better fry than the long fry from McDonald's that doesn't have any of the actual potato in it. It's just like the skimpy
It's
fry.
just fried.
Yeah.
Why would I write that down?
Write it down.
I'm not gonna write that down.
He
It's
wants
not
you to
gonna
remember
serve
it
me
next
any
time you
benefit.
have a.
It's like you fold it up twice, you dip it in your vanilla milkshake, and you call it a day.
Nah, that's too
You're
much
one of
for me.
them. You like to dip your fries.
See,
in
that's
I
a
like that
frosty
as well.
thing.
Scientifically, it stimulates your taste buds to do sweet and salty.
Yeah, but
I've heard that.
listen,
Yeah, I
if
don't
you're
like
gonna
it,
do
though.
that, you gotta go to Wendy's.
I agree with that. If you
What's a frosty?
frosty, yeah, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is the
I
fry
always get
itself.
so confused with a Frosty because they give you a spoon and a straw, and I'm like, what? Which one do I use?
It's
I
a lot
always
of-
use.
it's a lot
I
of
always
pressure.
use the spoon personally.
You're a spoon guy.
Well, I don't want to drink it. It's like kind of seems a little too thick to be drinking.
Hold on. Speaking of like sweet and salty, it was funny. I was at my aunt's house the one day, and I'm sitting with my cousin, and you know, like pigs in a blanket,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
like hot dog rolled up. Yeah. Well, we also had like a Philly pretzel tray with the cream cheese dip, and he grabs this pig in a blanket and he dips it in there and eats it. I look at him like, what was that? Like, that's like absolutely disgusting.
He meant to do it?
That doesn't seem that disgusting.
No, it was great. He was like, just try it. I was like, I'm not trying it. So we played an odds for me to try it, and I tried it, and I almost threw up. I'm not kidding. It was gross. Think of a hot dog. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm like.
you don't like a lot of things.
No,
No, I
this
think
was-
what you're
this
doing
was
is you're
like-
telling us that you don't have a diverse palate.
a hot dog in like a cream cheese dip, dude.
Like, it sounds good.
No, ew. The texture of a hot dog.
Dude, they have bacon.
I
milkshakes.
love hot dogs.
No, but
huh?
it's a pig in a blanket. It's not a hot dog. You gotta.
No,
you gotta-
yeah,
you're
no.
trying
I'm
to
telling you,
overcompensate.
it's not good.
I
Don't
mean,
do
I'm
it.
not going to the Phillies game and getting a hot dog and putting it in my cream cheese. It's a pig in a blanket.
That's what I'm saying. You ruined the pig in a blanket by dipping it in that cream
I
cheese
li-
dip. Whatever that dip
well-
is. What kind of dip is it? It's like not. It's like icing. It's
Oh,
not
the
even-
cream cheese
The
icing.
cream cheese icing.
Oh, that's really sweet.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I would eat it.
Oh no, I did. It wasn't good.
I
in
would
my
try
opinion.
it. Why not?
I tried it, but it was disgusting.
It
I
took
didn't
you a
like it.
game of odds to do it.
Yeah, because I told him he had to dip the shrimp in it if he did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Now that
and he was
doesn't
like,
sound
"I'm not
very
doing that,"
appealing.
and I was like, "Well, I'm not doing this either."
I would try it for the. So I was actually having a lot of these conversations yesterday. I would try it for the sole reason of who came up with the idea that when making desserts, you're just going to throw flour, sugar, crack open a raw egg together, and it makes this super cool contraption. That's a cookie.
do you
Whoa.
do you
Yeah.
know what I
When you
think
put it
about
like that.
often when we talk about food?
Me?
Why the
Good
why
one,
would
Chris.
somebody ever go up to a cow and just milk it and then drink the shit?
That shit.
Human nature. 'Cause
Why would someone
No, but
know?
that's the thing is
That's
how
not
no,
human
It's not
nature.
human nature. It's just that's like no.
It's a nipple when, like, females when are pregnant. When
So
they're
you're
pregnant,
telling me it's human nature to see a nipple and drink it?
they lactate, and then they
Any
they,
nipple.
They clean it. They
So
pasteurize
what you're
it.
saying is like the very first guy.
The very first guy did not pasteurize milk, Rocco.
Oh
He-
no, shot.
Like,
Well, he
why,
might have.
Why would he do that?
How did he even know to do that? And I guess he saw.
Well,
like,
I guess
one day
because
the
Rocco
cow
said
was
because
like,
it's like a nipple and we drink breast
Yeah.
milk and stuff.
And there's probably like the baby cows probably have to feed that way for a little bit
Yeah, you're
until
right.
they grow up.
I think it's outlandish, and
point,
I
Chris.
also think it's outlandish that people drink milk.
yeah, milk's not good for you.
It how can it be?
No, it can be good for you, but there's actually I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember the exact podcast at all. I just remember the conversation was somebody who he felt sick on a consistent basis, and somebody told him to stop eating dairy, and he was like, I love dairy, but like he stopped for like a month, and he said he never felt better a day in his life because there's like so much fat and unhealthy fat associated with the dairy.
Yeah, a
You
lot
guys-
of people try to cut dairy out. I try to cut
It's-
dairy out
it
if
just-
I can.
I just think it can't be natural. If you want to drink milk, people are gonna be like, "Earl, you're
No,
fucking
milk
crazy."
is fantastic.
Why wouldn't you just drink breast milk? I know breast milk is not in like abundance if you're not around a pregnant girl or whatever, but like
That took a pause.
You ever hear Rocco's theory on why he never broke a bone in his life?
Drank a lot of milk.
Because he said he drank a lot of
do
milk.
you
when
know
he was a
that the
kid.
reason that all those got milk posters were in schools was just because milk was like the biggest super PAC on the world in the government?
The biggest super PAC on the world in government.
The
Can you
biggest super
elaborate?
PAC in government. They're the biggest funding. Like dairy is the biggest funding towards campaigning in politics, and that's why like milk is and that's why all the studies are coming out these days in like the era of information that milk is just not good for you, and it was all a ploy just so you would buy more dairy.
You're gonna have to send me that.
I'm gonna search it up now.
Because
It's like somewhat conspiratory, but it seems like it's proven, I guess, since You're saying that with a lot of confidence.
One thing I know about milk is that it is regulated. It's cost by the government because it's a necessity for children.
Listen, almond milk is so much better than regular milk. And
I disagree. Like taste-wise, like realistically, the taste.
I love the taste of almond milk, and
The consistency is a little off, but I do drink almond milk over regular milk.
But I'm with you though. I don't enjoy regular milk anymore. But I don't really know if it's because of the health concerns. I just prefer almond milk.
I haven't had regular milk in a while. You guys ever have oat milk?
That's a
I
new thing,
drink
right?
that, but it's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Is it good though? Like,
It's good, yeah.
more
I've been going
flavorful?
to Dunkin' and getting it, like the oat milk.
Oat
and
milk. That's
It
so.
kind of has a similar taste like almond milk, just a little different.
some chunks in your coffee.
Yeah, that's like makes absolutely 0 sense. We're not even like talk about that.
But how do you? It doesn't make sense to me though. Like, what is almond milk? Is it like
I could make you some of the best almond milk you've ever had.
you can make it?
Yeah, how do you
like
make
from
almond
scratch? You're
milk?
telling me?
So if you wanted to make almond milk, all you do is just take like a mason jar or whatever, large pitcher, container, whatever you want to do. Take a bunch of almonds, unsalted, soak them in water for, I don't know, let's say overnight in your
milk.
fridge. No. And then what you do,
We got almond milk.
no, so then when they're all soaked and, they're like, you can almost squeeze them, you just put them in a thing of water and then blend them up and then take cheesecloth and strain out all the chunks of almond, and that's your almond milk.
Oh,
Are you
all right.
serious?
So you're saying let it soak. After it soaks, it comes to a soft point. Blend it. After you blend it, put it through a strainer. You're good.
Yeah. That's it.
It seems like
Can you make me some?
Yeah, I can make you some almond milk. You got to buy the almonds.
I'll buy the almonds.
It seems like a real.
I wanna
like,
watch you
waste
do
of
this.
almonds.
Yeah.
Don't
Why? You're
well,
just drinking
Think
them.
about like all like the almond,
No.
like
I'm saying, like, you know how many almonds it would take to fill up a carton of almond milk? What do you do with the excess almonds? People eat them,
I
Jones?
don't know. You can throw them out if you want, or you can eat
That's
them. I
very
guess.
wasteful. Maybe I shouldn't support almond milk anymore. I don't really like wasting stuff. The fuck are you looking at me like that for, Ryan? I'm sorry, that was hostile.
No.
Apologize.
I think Doc is bringing a vibe to this table.
It's a little weird. And he
Okay.
hates
It is
almond
weird when you think about almond milk, because your first instinct to think about is like, how do you milk an almond? But I just told you because I'm not an idiot.
Dude?
That was
never. No,
Thanks for saving
I don't
the
think
day.
No,
anybody
that's-
ever thinks about how you milk an
No,
almond.
there's a lot of stupid fucking people out there that probably think.
Well, I did say, how do you make almond milk?
Oh man,
Man, it's hot.
We're just grinding
Yeah,
today.
dude.
Grinding.
Grinding almonds.
So they must. I heard goat milk's good.
See, that
That sounds expensive.
I don't like the
Goat
sound
milk?
of it.
Goat cheese. I eat goat cheese.
I don't. You can miss me with that goat cheese shit.
So milk skeeves you out, but not goat cheese.
I just think, what is the purpose? Well, I don't eat much dairy to begin with. Like, I don't eat cheese. I don't like eat goat cheese every night. I mean, if it's out on a spread with crackers and cheese or whatever, I'll eat some goat cheese. But I'm just saying that why the hell would we ever drink another animal's milk?
You could say that about anything.
Who?
Why would we just pull a vine out of the ground and just deem this whatever it is a plant and eat it like a carrot?
That's much, much, much more natural than milking a cow.
A cow's natural.
Imagine if a monkey were to come up to a woman and milk her breast and drink it.
That wouldn't happen.
Okay, well, is that weird?
Well, that would definitely be weird.
That wouldn't be weird because
Thank
it's,
you.
it's
No,
human.
that would definitely be weird.
Well, that all right.
Monkey
So,
did that.
You just say that wouldn't be
Like,
weird.
what's normal about
all right,
that?
all right, all right. The concept is weird. No, vice versa. The picture is weird of that actually happening.
Yeah, and the concept.
No, not the concept, because the monkey. If the monkey found a source of food, which happened to be this breast milk,
Don't-
animal nature. What's it called? The animal. What do you call it? Animal instinct. Yeah, animal instinct would know to eat it.
So, like, don't dogs have nipples? Don't dogs milk their dogs? Like, why don't we milk a dog? Is that normal?
You would never
No.
milk a dog. They're
Okay,
domestic.
well, why would you milk a cow? I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
You know that an animal hasn't been domesticized in over 4,000 years?
What was the last one?
Probably a dog.
What does
That's
that
not-
mean?
no shit.
That might be a dumb question, but what do you
Like,
mean to be
make it a
domesticized?
pet.
Oh, okay.
Like a in-house pet.
I really want to
Wait,
get a cat.
there has say that again.
It's probably another bullshit fact because I'm the worst fact guy. But this is not my fact of the day. But I just happened to. I forget what I was reading. It said that an animal hasn't been made domestic in over 4,000 years. So, like, basically, any domesticated animal has been that way for as long as we can remember.
Mm-hmm. There's actually a ton
So,
of
like,
domesticated animals.
yeah, there's
How
a
long
lot.
How long did you say, Chris?
4,000 years? Is that a? is
Well,
that
I'm
a,
on Wikipedia, so anyone can put
no,
anything
that's right.
in here.
That's right. So
Well,
is Twitter all the time.
What?
Wikipedia is the most credible
Well,
source
then
there is.
Wikipedia would say you were wrong because
Well, what is it?
the domesticated striped skunk in the 19th century.
Stop that right now.
And also the four-legged hedgehog was domesticated in the 1980s. And even before that, a red fox was domesticated in 1950s.
Well, as you can see, it's very few and far between when a new animal becomes domesticated.
Hold on, I think you're getting it misconstrued. I think you're looking up specific cases to where maybe just like an actual animal was deemed legal to be domesticized.
What kind of pet would you guys have that's not a dog or a cat?
Now, you looking for an extravagant answer, or are you just saying anything that's not your typical
like
dog and
a
cat?
domesticated animal. I could just pick any pet.
No, I'm talking like something that would be feasible. Something that would make sense, like a snake.
I want a micro pig.
Yeah, that is good.
A pig is a good
I
one.
was just
yeah.
talking to my girlfriend about that. I have a nice little oinker running around, oinking all over.
No, hold on. So listen to this. Tell me what you guys remember. There was this movie where this guy had a mini giraffe as a pet.
What?
What movie was it? Somebody tell me right now.
What movie you watching?
I don't know.
I feel like you
but
watch a lot more movies than us. So.
I don't watch a lot of movies. No, Doc watches more movies than me.
You
But there was a part in a movie where a guy, it was obviously CGI, but he had a pet giraffe, but it was like a little baby one. It was like no bigger than a foot tall. And it would just walk with him and like he'd pet him and shit. Like, that's a cool ass pet.
Dude, giraffe is one interesting creature.
I think I'd want a wolf.
A wolf?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said a wolf.
Wolf.
God,
You
or
wolf?
Chris said something feasible.
I think I can help with this wolf dilemma.
There's people that have
Yeah.
wolves.
They
I don't know.
There's a wolf sanctuary in
wolves can
North
be
Jersey.
like trained. I think
Yeah.
it'd be tough.
Because they are just dogs at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
That just live in
I guess,
nature.
aren't they very closely related to huskies?
No,
Is that true?
They're in the same family as
Yeah,
dogs.
they're
Well,
a
like,
dog.
I
They're
mean,
a specific
They're definitely
type of
like
dog.
cousins, but I don't know how close.
My brother told me something crazy the other day, and I don't know if it's true because I take everything he tells me with a grain of salt. Sorry, John, if you're listening. But he told me that I want to say it. Make sure I say this right. He told me that a mule is just when you get a horse and a donkey
No,
to bang.
that's correct. That's correct.
But he said it only works if the horse is a male and the donkey's a woman or a female.
woman.
And then,
She's a-
well, when he told
a
me that,
woman.
I said, well, obviously, could you imagine a donkey straddling on a horse? No, a donkey's a little smaller than a horse. How's a donkey going to do that to the horse?
Yeah, like a female
How are they
horse.
gonna procreate?
Is that's true though?
Yes.
You're
No,
just-
that is definitely true.
I have no idea.
But the thing is, I couldn't even tell you what a mule looks like. I feel like that's just a made up thing.
What?
A mule. Like, where have you ever seen a mule in your life? Do you
Like,
know
I
where
s-
they live?
I googled how to make a mule, and all it's giving me is recipes for a
giraffe?
Moscow mule.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was a
'cause-
silly mistake.
you should type in how to procreate a mule.
Like I can't even type
Are you
create.
proud that you know that word?
Yes.
That's the second time you said it.
Well, I don't want to just say like earlier. You guys are saying like I was
Yeah,
like,
no, Doc's right. A mule offspring is a male. Oh, it's a male donkey and a female horse. So I said it wrong.
What?
Unless John told me wrong.
no. You said it right the first
No,
time.
I
I
know.
said it wrong.
A
He said a male
mule
horse.
is the offspring of a male donkey or a jack, and a female horse, a mare.
So, how does the donkey or the jack, that's much smaller than the horse,
I mean, I
or
don't.
the mare, do that?
I don't want to watch horse and
No, I
donkey
don't-
porn right
that-
now.
Definitely not what I want to do right now. But
I think we're just talking about the pets that we would like to have that are feasible.
yeah. So obviously
A
the
mule.
giraffe,
A
the
mule.
mini giraffe, it's not gonna happen.
A mini giraffe. You can't even find one of them. How can you pick that as your pet?
Look up quarter giraffe.
It was It was fake. It was CGI. That's what I was saying. But it was cool as shit. The guy.
Can you
was
tell me
just-
the name of this movie so I can watch it?
I promise you, I'll find it at some point in my life.
Do you remember when Chris went through his Thriller phase and he really wanted to watch Donnie Darko for like 2 months?
No.
Thriller phase?
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
don't get that.
Well, you just like thrillers in general, but you were just like
you mean
craving.
like scary movies?
Yeah, you were just
I
craving.
always liked scary movies.
Because there was something about the plot of Donnie Darko where you were like, this disease is very
I've
interesting.
never even watched
Or-
that movie.
It's like
I don't-
schizophrenia or something.
Yeah, it was like, but I remember reading about it, and like people would say that it's one of their best movies ever. It's
Mhm.
very people rave about it online,
Mm.
and then you read what it's about, and it's like this guy there's like a bunny following him around, like a scary looking bunny thing. But I guess he's schizophrenic or whatever. I gotta watch this. I don't think I never watched it.
you were talking
I
about
wanna
that
watch
for like
that.
2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure I couldn't figure out where to watch it.
Oh yeah,
At the
no,
time,
because
it
we
was
were
like-
at VIX and we were like looking at it and it was like you have to pay to watch it.
Yeah, it was either you had to pay, it wasn't on Netflix, I didn't have access.
What would
to
you
it.
name your miniature giraffe?
Vito. What's so funny about that?
I just like how you just knew immediately.
We were talking about this last night.
Well,
Chris,
because-
Chris wants to get a black lab when he's older and name him Vito.
Not even older. Whenever I move out, which is going to be
What's your
Probably
name?
in a
What's the
couple
name of
years.
Mr. the Wolf you got there?
The wolf, Loki.
You didn't even tell us what kind of pet you want, did you?
Well, we were looking up mules and the sexual orientation on how to get to a mule.
So what kind of pet do you want?
If it's something feasible, I'll go with a capuchin monkey. Something not really like real, like Chris's answer, kangaroo.
What would you do with a kangaroo?
Yeah, kangaroos are scary as shit.
Yeah,
wouldn't
if I
go
could somehow
anywhere near
train a
that.
kangaroo, I would just jump
Ever
in its
since I
pouch.
seen that husky kangaroo fight that guy in Australia,
Yeah, when he punched them.
Yo, you ever see what the inside of a kangaroo's pouch looks like?
I think I just saw that on Twitter the other
Yeah.
day.
It's disgusting, right?
Yeah. It's horrible.
I don't ever want to see that. What was I going to Google? I need to find this movie.
Oh
The
wow!
guy had a mini. No. Did you just look it up?
No, I just googled inside of a kangaroo. Oh, I typed in inside of a K, and the first thing was inside of a kangaroo pouch. Oh my god! What is? Are they like? Is that like their?
This
their-
is bad
It's where they
radio, Earl.
put like what
No,
would you call a
on,
baby kangaroo?
On YouTube, he could probably phase in a
Calf?
picture of a baby kangaroo's
A calf?
pouch.
Nah, I don't know.
I
You know
don't
that
know
It's a
what they're
joey,
called, but-
a baby kangaroo.
Is it?
It's a
a
joey.
joey.
Yeah, they're called joeys.
I thought that a joey was a
How many,
full-grown male kangaroo. I could be wrong.
As a matter of fact, I was a joey for the one Halloween.
How many joeys do they keep in there?
They keep a joey.
I mean, there's a couple in
Just
there.
simple Joey?
a joey. Yeah, it is a joey.
Just one Joey?
Not like a baby kangaroo. It's called a joey.
Look at this kangaroo. He's sexy. Why does he look like
Look at
that?
strike
Oh,
the
man.
pose.
Dude, kangaroos are really strong. Well, maybe not like that. He looks like he goes to the gym, but but
no,
no,
dude, that kangaroo that fought that Australian man,
That
that
was-
guy could probably bench 225.
Mm-hmm.
that's an all-time
Like
video.
a rep, 225.
That's an all-time video that a kangaroo
I
who
like
actually
Kangaroo Jack.
you cut me off to say that the movie with Jack Black,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a great movie. Are you kidding me?
From
He
20
basically had a pet kangaroo.
What is this from? Look, it's a guy with a giraffe as a pet. Look, it's a mini giraffe.
That looks like nothing I've ever watched.
I don't. It
Is
The
that
baby
guy
giraffe.
from Friends?
it says DirecTV commercial. Is that what it was from?
He
it
said
looks
he
like
watched it.
Wow.
it looks like DirecTV Russian guy funny commercial titled "Opulence." I have it.
Yeah, and he's got a pet giraffe.
That's a good movie.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, that would be so cool. But I do like your answer, the monkey.
The
Oh,
capuchin.
I'd love to have a monkey.
There's those little I don't even know the difference between different species of monkeys, to be honest. But
Yeah,
there's
like there's like apes and chimpanzees and
Right.
whatever else.
Orangutans.
Orangutan. I don't
what's
know what
a spider monkey? Is that the smallest one? There's like a real small monkey. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the smallest
No,
monkey,
I think
though.
spider monkey. I don't know, but
Spider monkey sounds like a Simpsons character. That Spider Pig.
there's this guy on TikTok that has a pet monkey, and the monkey is just like
He's awesome.
he's his friend. He's just there.
He
just
like
hangs out
opens
with
up
him.
like boxes that come in for him.
Dude,
and
I would
stuff.
have
Yes.
I would have a monkey like in The Hangover, and he would just steal shit and be rude.
Dude, have you guys
Be a real
followed?
partner in crime.
Have you guys ever seen this account on TikTok, Prehistoric J? And it's like a guy who just like handles snakes all day long, and he's like super cool with them. Like he like laughs if they try to lunge and kill him. He's just
I've never seen that.
I'll
but
tell you what,
that's
snakes are like
crazy.
one. What are they? A mammal?
I don't-
What's the snake?
no, they're a reptile.
Are they reptile?
Yeah. Turtles are an amphibian. If you ever watch
But snakes, I'm like
No.
petrified. I don't like snakes. They're like a scary. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't like the way the tongue goes like.
Yeah, and they just slither around shady, and I don't like it.
They're weird, dude.
Yeah,
I want to correct myself real quick. Turtles are actually a reptile.
but if you have a snake, I'm sorry.
no,
Snakes are cool.
Dude, I watched a video of
No, I can't please everyone, dude.
No,
I watched a video of a snake shedding. It's actually very pleasing if you can like handle the sight.
I hear it's like very painful for them.
Is it? No, no. I think it's pleasuring
Wait,
for
what
them.
was it?
A snake shedding its skin. It comes off all in one layer, and
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
like
that's
as
cool
long.
looking,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think
It's
it hurts
painful?
them.
I thought I saw it's painful for the snake. I don't know.
See now how would somebody know if it's painful for the snake or not?
Well, they
You
can
can't
hook-
tell
No.
you.
Scientists
No, well, they
and-
can hook it up to all different areas of their brain and see if their brain is stimulated in a way.
Now you believe that?
Yes.
Why would Chris?
I'm
You're being
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
you're being a
kidding.
real conspiracy theorist today.
Doc. Say what you wanted to say. I'll say it for you. Being real dumb today. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's actually crazy.
I
Like,
would
it's
never
not like
call
the
my
snake's
friend
gonna
dumb.
be like.
Wow, apparently it is very stressful for snakes to
Yeah, see?
to shed. I don't know. It doesn't say painful, but it
Okay.
does say it's
I knew it was
stressful.
something like
How
that.
often do they do that? Do we know? Probably
Once every 3 years.
No, you said that with no confidence.
Nah.
That other
I
thing that
gave
Earl
a
was
guess. I
saying
gave an
earlier,
educated guess.
I think it's seasonal.
It might be. I'm gonna say once a year. Earl, we have a verdict.
Once a lifetime.
A process called I'm sorry if I'm going to butcher this word, but it looks like estadisis, which occurs between 4 and 12 times a year.
Wow.
Really?
I guess it is
So it
seasonal.
can be quarterly or it could be every month.
That's pretty frequent.
I don't mess with snakes on a plane.
I don't think anyone should, but you know who does mess with snakes? Dwight Howard.
Doesn't he have like a bunch of snakes?
He, to my understanding, he's facing a very serious lawsuit right now
What?
because he paid 2 girls to watch his huge exotic snakes, and he never paid them for watching them.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
that's just rude.
Vic told me about this a couple months ago. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but yeah. At first I thought it was like a sex joke. And I'm like, oh, this guy's got a giant snake. But no, Vic was like, yeah, no, he's got like a giant snake or 2 giant snakes, and he paid these girls to take care of them, and they did, and he never paid them for it.
That's honestly just very interesting. You
Bad
know-
news for the Sixers to have a guy like that on the team.
Yeah, it's rude. You know, didn't pay them, but he was on that show Tanked. You ever watch that show?
Nah.
No, anyone? Rocco, Earl? No.
What
Tanked?
what channel? I know.
It's
I've seen the
couldn't tell you the
commercial.
channel.
I think it's like ABC or I don't know.
I don't think it's a mainstream channel like that, but they just build massive fish tanks in people's homes, rich people,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure Dwight Howard was on it.
I
But if you
think he
ever-
was.
If you're that show is awesome because the way they set up them fish tanks is insane.
So I think people get so interested in fish because if you have like the money to install the tanks and everything, they're probably very like you don't have to do much for it. It's just putting out the money
No.
for the aquarium
I mean,
itself.
you have to feed it every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but you
twice
can
a
leave
day.
it. But then that's it. Like you don't have to take
You
it
have
out.
to clean the
or-
fish tank, take the fish out.
Yeah, but
clean
that's
the
like
fish
once a
tank.
month.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't think having a fish is going to be like,
No,
work?
well, I mean, I'm sure if you're getting a fish tank that big, they probably just have people that come in and
Mhm.
service it.
Yeah. The only show that I watch with the word tank in is Shark Tank.
No, that's a great show. Do you guys have any items that have been on Shark Tank?
Boom, boom.
You
Is
got
that the
them?
with the you put
You
in your
sniff
nose?
it, yeah.
That thing seems awesome.
The boom, boom is nice.
Now it just is like menthol nitrous, whatever, something.
I don't know
something.
what it is. I just sniff it, and I'm like, ooh, let's go.
And it just gives you, it's kind of like smelling
They
salt.
say, yeah, it is. It does remind me of smelling salt a lot. It's supposed to like heighten your senses and kick in and whatever the case.
You guys ever watched when they do the like a little, I guess it's like a special on Shark Tank, where they talk about all the billion-dollar companies or million-dollar companies that they missed out on. That they had on the show, but they didn't like
Oh,
invest
I
in.
never seen that. I would love to see
Oh,
that.
it's crazy. One of them is Ring, like the doorbell company.
Ring was on Shark Tank?
Yeah, and
Stop.
they all turned them down. It was a
Oh
different
my
name
God.
then, but like he changed it to Ring, and now it's worth like a billion.
Everyone has. I have a ring. There's so many people have a ring.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a class in high school, and our final project in this class was to make a Shark Tank presentation with the business plan and your target audience and whatever case.
That's fun.
And I failed. But the reason why is because my idea was a sauna suit. And the teacher was like, Earl, this is already a product. And I was like, well, this is my business proposal. And he was like, no. Like, you don't understand. This is plagiarism. And I was like,
sauna suit that exists?
yeah, it's just like a trash bag you just put on. But it's like not just a trash bag. I mean, you can go to...
It's like a hut.
What?
It's like shaped like a tent, or isn't it like a tent you sit in?
A sauna?
No, they have like a one where you sit in it and it's like covers your whole body.
No.
When you say suit, I think it's like something you put your legs into and your arms.
Yeah, a sauna suit is like it's just like a trash bag. You could make your own sauna suit if you want. You just put on a trash bag and you sweat in it and all that stuff. But a sauna suit is like a trademarked thing, and I did it to be funny. I knew I was going to pass the class, but I failed. And the teacher was like, Earl, are you an idiot? This is like literally all over as seen on TV. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm just being a smart ass.
Do you guys have any invention ideas
Mm-hmm.
like that have been long running?
I'll never. If anybody wants to take this idea and make millions of dollars, just put me in for like a 0.5% profit and just throw me in there. But the idea
Whatever
is,
you say isn't going to be good enough for that.
so in your backyard, you install something in your plumbing to where it's like a mini toilet. And what you do is you get the pooper scooper from your dog that takes a shit in your backyard, and you just throw it in the toilet, and it's gone. You flush it.
So you're saying a toilet outside?
Yeah, like a mini
Why
bowl.
don't you just put
for your animal.
I mean,
your
if you have
dog.
to scoop it, why don't you just scoop it into the trash?
Then you got to scoop it into a bag, and then it sits in the trash or outside.
Or you
and
could
it's-
just flush it down the toilet.
then you got to bring it in
the
the house. What if you have a big dog? What if it's
You know what? I'm on board. I like this idea from
No,
Rocco.
I like it, but you gotta ask.
It can
these
be
questions,
tweaked. It can be tweaked.
there's tweaks, there's problems.
But I just think if I'm gonna shovel it, why would I then I'd have to flush it?
There was
I
a
could just
reason-
shovel it, throw it in a can.
No,
I mean,
no,
I
no.
never had a dog, so I don't know about the gripes of shoveling shit.
You get the toilet like in the box. You get the toilet.
I mean, if you could toilet train your dog
Could you imagine?
oh, to just sit in that baby
to
toilet.
just go to that small toilet, that would be ridiculous.
Just go right
So
in
when
there,
you say
yeah.
small toilet, do you mean it's legit, like it's in your ground connected to a plumbing system? Or
Yeah, it's like
just-
on the edge of your house, like wherever a wall would be that's closest to your plumbing system, to where you bring a tube up, and the toilet bowl is like, like this big, maybe like half the circle of your regular sized toilet, and it's like there's like a little sleeve instead of a toilet seat because you don't need to sit on it, and then you open it up, and it comes with a pooper scooper, to where you grab it, you put it in there. Maybe there's like a little bidet for the scooper of the side, and then that's it. That can be like the upgraded toilet bowl for the
I
dog.
think this could be done. We should bring this on the Shark Tank.
I actually like that idea. It really isn't
Well, we just
That's
released it
stupid.
to thousands of
I was
people.
like,
thousands of people.
I mean, it's accessible to whoever wants. If someday someone stumbles upon episode 11 of the Ball Breakers podcast and they decide to make a small toilet and Rocco doesn't get a 0.5%, we're going to have to go break their legs.
Mhm.
you should tweet to Mark Cuban.
Do you
Talk about this.
he will never answer.
Hey, you never know. Maybe he's like, wow, this one dumb kid from Blackwood, New Jersey has a really good idea.
Let's get him to listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
and then
Have him invest in the Ball Breakers.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You
Get
know
a
what
feel for us.
the product that has done the best on Shark Tank?
Hmm.
You guys know what it is? The Scrub Daddy. You guys ever? You don't know what that is?
Mm-mm.
None of you know what it is?
Mm-mm.
Was it like a loofah?
It's like, it's literally a sponge that you use to clean your dishes with, but it's a smiley face. So it's like you can put the fork through the holes and it cleans it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you make it hot, it gets soft and squishy. And when you use cold water, it hardens a little bit. It's literally the most versatile sponge you can ever imagine.
They say sponges are bad. After you have to make sure you stay on top of switching it out very quickly, or else the bacteria can.
Well,
get...
I'm pretty sure there's something with that too. The Scrub Daddy is just the most elite sponge that
I
you
don't
can get.
I don't like it. I'm not buying it. I would never buy something like that.
All right, instead
Well,
of your
It's done the best on Shark Tank, so.
instead of your opinion of the sponge and what's best on Shark Tank, do you have a fact? A fat fact
So listen, here's the thing.
that is becoming slowly skinnier.
I was doing my fact this weekend. Nothing was jumping out at me, so I'm just gonna tell everybody I don't have a fact this week, and I'm taking a week off.
I mean,
So that was your big news that you had us you
There
were
was
gonna-
no news.
No, that was.
No, well, I was telling you guys that I'm thinking of taking a week off from my fact because I got a lot of, backlash from the last couple weeks saying they were bad, and they were. So I'm going to take a week off and come back with a really good fact next week.
Me and you, we're here every week.
What's wrong with this kid? I do video, Rocco edits, docs. I do
I
the
p-
lock.
We post Doc's lock, and we can't even get a lock. And
Well, I
and
gave you a
fat
fact.
Listen,
I gave you a fact earlier that there's been a long time
And leave it to Chris
with a
to
domesticated animal.
just fall in.
Which was wrong.
It was an awful fact.
That's what I'm saying. I need to do work. I need to get better at it.
You got some heat from your fact last week.
I
My
know.
brother wasn't happy that he said it shouldn't be 200 times the price that potato chips cost in comparison to a pound of potatoes between the 2 pounds of each. He said it only makes sense that it's 200%.
So
Because he said
What?
200
I
times
don't-
is like entirely too much.
what was my fact again? I don't even.
A pound of potatoes is 200 times less than a pound of potato chips in terms of
Right.
cost.
Well, I mean, we never actually looked into it. Well, let me just hold on while we have it here. How much does a pound of potatoes cost? A pound of potatoes.
I like that word. Potatoes.
That's a really interesting word to like. A pound of potatoes costs 75 cents per pound. So, 75 cents times 200 is $150.
So a pound of potato chips.
Costs $150.
He might have a point.
Well, when you get a bag of chips, it's what, like an ounce? Right? Like the small bags are very small.
I guess that's true. Unit price, maybe?
So maybe it's a little more truthful than you would have thought, but I didn't do any. I could have did this last week.
There's a lot of... Yeah, you could have. There's
Definitely
a lot
could
of...
have done that.
There's a lot of... I feel like there's a lot of contingencies to it. Like-
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what kind of bag of chips are we talking? Like, who sets the price of a pound of chips?
Yeah, well, if
Potato chips.
we're getting the family-sized kettle cooked, that's exactly a
I
pound
guess
for
on
$200.
average,
I'm reading this poorly written article about the added value of potatoes versus potato chips, and this guy says potatoes are one of the cheapest things under the sun. You can get an 8-pound bag of potatoes for a handful of dollars. Like, what the?
what?
Nothing measurable.
Yeah, like just, I don't know how many dollars is a handful. This
It
guy's,
seems like a pound of
but
potatoes.
he does
75
say,
cents.
but potato chips are worth their weight in gold. That same 8 pounds could cost 6 times as much in chip form.
So 6 times as much as a pound of potatoes?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, if you said a pound of potatoes is 75 cents, and if you buy one bag of potato chips, which might only feature like a quarter of a potato or a half a potato or whatever the case,
Yeah, it'd be like a couple
that's like
dollars,
$4.
like $3,
A handful of
$4.
bucks, maybe. I don't know.
Just a handful of bucks, exactly. But that's not a pound, though. That's not a pound of chips in that bag.
There's too much math, and I don't even know how many ounces are in the bag
Well,
of chips.
next time I go to Wawa, I'm gonna have to look and see how much.
I don't think you're going to be happy with the answer,
Why?
because I don't think it's going to be 200 times.
It might not be, but it's basically what I'd like out of that fact is just how it's funny how potato chips are made out of potatoes
And salt.
and
That's
salt,
it, yeah.
right? Like there can't be that much to go into making potato chips, but
No,
they
there
get
can
upsold.
be. There can be.
Well, I guess if they do the flavors and shit, but
No, just think. Listen, I think you guys glossed
no,
over
yeah.
the
Then
fact
you were
last
saying
week.
the overhead, right?
You think
the-
about the advertising of
Okay.
potato chips, the production of the bags they go in, the workers that make the chips,
I think
the
he's just-
salt they buy, everything.
I'm literally just saying the fact that you can get a potato and make it potato chips.
He's saying erase the labor and just do the beginning
No,
product
if
and
you
the
want
end product.
if you want to go home and make your own homemade potato chips, it would cost you $1 more because you need like a quart of oil and salt, and
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
it.
That's what I'm getting at. But those same potato chips can be sold for much more when they're commercialized, right? When they're in a store.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I thought that fact was entertaining.
I think I'm just still mesmerized. This guy said a handful of dollars. So you should get fired, Jason Canigan.
You know,
from
me
sales
and,
tactics.
me and Doc have been making eyes, and it's because he's
Making eyes. What does that even mean?
we've been making eyes, bro. We've been making eye
No, we
contact.
haven't.
We've been making out through our eyes, And he's coming off a win. He's feeling good. Zach Greinke got the job done. My dad consistently tunes into the show. Not happy about the Doc's lock, but this week, he has to eat his own words because Doc's lock came out on top. He is now 2-5. Do you have it updated, Chris?
Yeah, 2-5.
Okay.
He doesn't even have an update. I haven't updated. Yes, I'm 2-5. Coming off a great 1-0 victory from the Houston Astros last night.
It's a great game.
So whoever took that, you're welcome.
Okay.
I took it. Thanks, Doc.
You're
Huge
welcome.
lock. That was awesome.
Thanks.
It's always nice to get a winner.
Yep.
He's back on 500 track now. He's going to get these 3 straight out of the way, and then after that, it's going to really be Doc's lock.
Especially after a lot of scrutiny in the public eye. Suck that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait
It's
till,
what they don't see behind the scenes, Earl.
wait till football comes. It's going to be Doc's super
God.
lock. Yeah.
That's going to be a disaster. 17 weeks.
All right, boys. Any closing facts? Closing talking points?
Just if
I
don't-
love you all.
Well, I wanted to say, don't forget if you're listening, shoot us a DM. I got something planned for everybody that's
Yeah,
listening.
don't
I
forget
do want
about
to help
the
a lot of
Earl.
people out. So
Yeah.
let us know. We have a lot of listeners right now, and I don't know a lot of who's listening. We don't get to see who you are or whatever the case, but we just get to see you as a number on the screen, and we'd like to really get to appreciate you guys.
Don't forget to follow on Instagram as well if you're not already. Ball Breakers Pod.
I couldn't have said it better myself. With 3 wonderful gentlemen here between me, Chris, and Earl, and Doc looking on. We love you guys, and we just want you guys to win Monday. We are coming off a huge split in our softball game. We'll keep you guys updated little by little each week. Doc has been raking the ball. Chris grounded into a double play, but also raking the ball. And I struck out looking. It has been and slow pitch softball, underhand. And we look forward to having you guys next week. Keep you updated, and we love everybody from Ball Breakers listening, and win Monday. I love you, Earl.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.